It is a bright, sunny, beautifully warm day. This is the least muddy and jungly part that you've been in a while. It's still heavily forested. 4 hours into your hike, you feel a little bit of rain. You feel like a couple drops of rain. It is a perfectly clear day. You look up and you see a single cloud hanging out above you guys.
Lovely.
It is pretty small.
Eeyore.
The rain picks up from like a couple drops to a nice drizzle, and however far you walk, it follows you.
Interesting.
I'll cast Fly on myself and go investigate. Oh, well, as I'm going up, can I cast Detect Magic as well?
Sure. You do not detect any magic. You do see the rest of this caldera that the lake's in, and then an opening.
Yeah, well, that's good too.
You also see off in the distance, towards the end of this lake, a very, very small square platform out in the water.
Like a wooden platform?
I mean, hard to tell. It's like a few miles away, but it's got right angles, which is not natural.
We will come back to the planks in the water. I am more concerned about whatever this weird cloud that is following us. I mean, I'll fly along and kind of follow it and see if there's anything weird about it.
It doesn't react to you getting close to it or flying through it. Give me an intelligence check.
Nat 20!
Take like a little bit of a break at some point before hiking on further. You notice that it follows Photonos around, specifically.
What have you done?
I know. What now?
Well, what are you doing?
Photonos, you really pay no attention to the rain. You're just like, oh, this is kind of nice. Weird, but nice. You're kind of looking out over the lake, skip like a rock across it. A little frog hops up to your feet.
Hello, little one.
It's got kind of like a...
Slav squat down.
Ribbits at you. Doesn't like say anything. Not in frog. You notice that it's got like a Rorschach pattern. There's like a couple chevrons pointing from its back up towards its head. It turns around to show you its back, and then it starts hopping west. The rain cloud follows it.
I'm following the frog.
The rat. Wow.
The rog.
How far do you follow it? Is there a point that you stop following it?
If it's just hopping on land continuously in one direction, I see no reason to stop following it.
Yeah, it follows along the coast, but it stays on land, and it just keeps hopping.
Okay.
Give it some distance and see if the cloud still follows. If it's not following you, then it's definitely following that thing, and like...
Rest of the party, you see Photonos squat down, talk to a frog, stand back up, and then just follow this frog. And now, and he just keeps going. He's now a quarter mile away.
I would
I'm gonna run up to him.
Alright, everyone's getting up and following. Kind of like, wait, whoa, hey. You guys will walk all the way. You will all see the structure. As you get close to the structure, it's just gonna go bloop, jump right into the water.
Oh, the frog jumps into the water.
A pagoda.
Ooh.
With
A one-story pagoda on the water.
with a single boat tethered to one of the posts. Before the cloud fully dissipates, you see it go towards the pagoda, and then it just dissolves into the air. The rain stops.
I'm gonna turn to everyone and look at them and go, did we seriously just follow a frog around a lake to a tiny home?
Yes.
Do you have something better to do?
This is a smart
Oh,
frog.
no, I'm just as baffled. I'm just making sure this is what we're all seeing. 'Cause I'm a little...
Have you seen this place? A frog leading us somewhere is practically the most normal thing that's happened.
Right, but then again, I have to reiterate, I'm just making sure we're all seeing the same thing.
I mean, he's got a giant saber-toothed tiger or something. This isn't that weird, certainly.
No.
I want to learn how to speak frog. It is of utmost importance.
You can mimic a frog.
Croak, croak,
I need
ribbit,
I need a better ribbit than that.
ribbit. I'm squawking.
Are you walking past this thing? Are you checking it out? Are you
I-
continuing forward?
I'm
let's
staying
I
on
do.
land. I'm not convinced that all of us should go to this thing anyway. It's so small, and that might feel like an assault, if anything. You guys, by all means, if you're going to go investigate, that's fine.
It's about
but
300 feet from
I'm gonna
shore
stay here.
on all sides. How do you get over there?
I was thinking, wait, let me check.
I was like,
Just the
oh no,
time.
you're water, dude. You have water
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
I mean, this is not going to be water stuff, but yeah.
Just cast ice. Make an ice break.
That famous spell.
Ice. Just ice.
I have a way to get us there, but once we're there, I don't have a way for us to
Spit it
get
out.
there and back. I have a way for us to get there. So
I mean,
maybe
I can just poop in the
Maybe
water
less of us should go.
and walk
Yeah.
back, so I can come with you, both ways.
sure.
How are you gonna get up to the? Oh, well,
I'm
okay,
gonna
okay,
walk
no,
across the lake bed and just
Yeah.
come right out of the water.
Boy, howdy. got
gonna-
it. Yep.
I'm gonna
There is a
cast
boat.
dark way, and
Okay.
a bridge formed of shadows is gonna like come out of the ground
Does
and
it,
just go to like the.
Does it reach 300 feet?
Yeah, it's
Like-
200 feet per level.
Okay.
Wait. I think I may have gotten that wrong. No, it won't reach. Never mind.
Whoop,
Okay.
new
Alright.
plan.
Well, I could cast fly.
Wait, what am I doing?
You
Crag.
can
I
swim.
cast fly on Crag. Come on, let's go.
Okay.
All right. Those two
Yeah.
can go.
You guys get over there. Craig, you're carrying Photonos.
Sure.
There's just the lone boat tethered to the posts. It's got a small door. There's only one door. There's no other entrances. It's calm. You hear the little waves kind of pitter and patter as it hits the wood. This is a floating thing. It's not like the wood goes all the way down to the floor, the
So
lake
it's-
floor.
it's-
Door's closed.
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic just as a precaution.
Faintly, very, very faintly, divine.
I'm gonna knock on the door, I guess.
No answer. It's like a Japanese sliding door as well.
Oh. Just ripped through it by
Yeah,
accident.
right. I assume you hit like the wood part.
So I'm gonna put on my spectacles and go inside.
You open up, you see a single table in the middle with a very thick tome, dark blue leather, gold filigree, and accents, gold writing across the top. It's got little like sitting cushions all around it, real short floor table. Otherwise, this is a empty area. It's got a couple incense holders in the corners, place to set a little fire, and a empty tea kettle on top of that place.
With the spectacles, like, does the book show anything?
It's faintly magical.
Like what school?
Transmutation.
Is it readable? Can I like read the cover?
Sure. Secrets and tales of through history. Some weird word. You can kind of figure that it's like a family name. It's not really a word.
Oh, it's like a interesting.
If you keep looking at the book, the transmutation is to keep it from aging or rotting.
And the boat is at the house.
Huh.
They're like signs of life. See if there's been anyone there.
Sure, give me a search.
room.
Nat 20.
I got
That
a
20 for
20.
a total of 19.
29, baby!
No
Oh.
signs that anyone's been here. Everything seems new-ish. Like, not old enough to get cobwebs, but not fresh enough that this was just set here. Like, it's been here, but everything just seems kind of in place. It's static. It's very quiet in here as well. It's very calming, very quiet.
Could Thea
Huh.
send a message?
Yeah, you can send a message.
Okay, I'm going to send a message to Photonos. Don't need to confuse Craig.
By the way, Craig, your pinging is like once every 18 minutes.
Okay then. And that's not just because of the pagoda, it's just like as we
No. Like, as you're
West.
going across this, or going around this lake, it's getting faster.
Metal detector's getting closer.
Thea's just going to send a message to Photonos being like, so, what have you found?
Found a family history book, some tea. It's very nice and calm. I'll check out the boat. Craig, you want to check out the book a little bit?
Sure. Yeah.
The boat is non-magical, and it just seems to be a boat. There are no oars in the boat.
Is it tied? It's tied to the building in some
Yeah,
way. I'm
It's,
guessing.
it's tethered with a silk rope.
I'm gonna look around for those oars then. I'm assuming there might just not be any oars, but
Yeah, on your nat 20, you don't find anything else.
interesting.
The quiet seems to only be within this little hut house
Okay.
thing. Craig, inside the book,
But I don't know if we should take this book. I mean,
Hey!
it's a family history book. We shouldn't
No,
take.
one is.
so you're reading. How long
We
do you want to
went
spend
through-
reading through it?
15 minutes, like skimming, flip,
Sure.
you know.
You read something about underneath the Great Central Sea, IKORIA intersects with the plane of water. You learn that IKORIAN norms and lived experiences of bonders. Then in the middle of the sea, there is a single island with the greatest tree of them all, Ouroboros, grown well before the Crystal Era, and it holds up the sky and beyond.
Ready to go back?
Yeep.
All right, how are you guys getting back?
Gonna dimension door us to the shore.
Cool. You're back at the shore.
Onward and upward.
And I'm gonna relay all of what I learned.
So you guys get to the first valley that the bonders told you about. You get to that clearing, And then you see another valley on the other side of the clearing, heading up to this number 9 on the map.
That's where they told us to go, right?
Yeah, valley, clearing, valley. Craig, your beeping is once every 14 minutes. Alfred tells you that you guys are like just north of the latitude you need to be at. Still seem to be on track. Going across the clearing, you see a group of those quilled monkeys kind of run across. No trembling, no giant things towering above the trees. Just more of a lot of the same that you've seen. You come up to this other valley. Craig, you're beeping every 8 minutes.
Okay.
You guys make your way to the other side of the valley, and you overlook just like mountains on all sides, right? And then in this like caldera, it just gets like really lush. And then in the center of this caldera, there is this really weird looking stone structure, and it's got nubs and like kind of points kind of going off in like weird directions. Craig, this is a very familiar looking material.
Ah, is it the rock things? The obsidian type stuff?
Yeah. It's very
Aha.
similar to what you touched long ago.
Okay. So back in my plane, Fia and Grok might remember there is this rock that I touched that gave me this voice in my head. This looks very similar, but it's like big structure instead of like spike in ground. My thought is to go in. If anyone wants to come, please do. I don't know what is in there, but you might get voice in head is all I'm saying.
I mean, is this not the city people told us about?
No city
Could be.
in sight.
I'll come with
It's
you.
your choice.
Rock is about
Are
it.
you gonna walk over there and do it?
Fia will go. I mean, seeing as your voice brought
Well,
us to this
fuck.
plane.
All right,
seems right.
never mind. I guess we're all going.
So you guys approach the rock.
Fucking cool. Let's...
Craig, your beeping starts going off like every few seconds as you get close to this thing. And then right when you get to the other side of this little bridge, it is resounding calm and silence. You see
I'm a like audibly sigh.
you see an opening right in front of you.
I'm gonna go.
You all watch Craig walk into the rock and
Can I-
disappear
Oh.
from sight.
Well,
Right.
Maybe we can't follow.
Walking inside, within are several long, narrow passages that all lead to a central chamber. Smooth curves, no right angles, perfectly polished silver black stone make the room. Walls, floor, ceiling, all flow effortlessly into one another. It is cool, dry, there are no sounds of the jungle outside penetrating in. In the center of the room is an astrolabe-like structure, suspended in the center of the space by a small sinewy strand of the same stone, stretching from walls like a spider web, all coming to this point. Within the astrolabe is an amorphous blob of chrome liquid, constantly, slowly shifting in shape. Easily the most reflective material you have ever seen. In the voice, Prodigy, with this, you become one step closer to perfection. You must merely reach out and grab it to begin the transfusion. Embrace your new self. Embrace your destiny. Explore the possibilities. Explore your own potential.
I have one question. Is this like living thing or is it
No response.
great?
It's just you with this blob that's like kind of shifting and moving and coming back together.
Okay, well I'm gonna inch toward it, reach out a hand tentatively and just kinda like point at it and touch it.
Touch it with your finger.
Yep.
Touching the blob, a wisp of it begins to crawl up your finger. More and more of it flows from the source, flowing around you. You feel it begin to seep into the creases of your exterior plating, seeping into your muscle fibers, seeping deep, deep down into the very core of your body. A deep aching begins to form all over your body. It continues to envelop you, covering your head, your vision begins to go blank, a flat white. The aching grows. Your body begins to twitch and convulse. You lose all motor control. Aching turns to agony. You want to scream out, feeling pain, true pain, for the first time in your existence. The rest of the party, outside of this, sees the top of the crystalline structure turn from a silver black to a dull matte color, the shine draining from this structure from top to bottom. At certain points, the now dull regions crack and crumble in on themselves, falling and crumbling into stone and pebbles. The entire structure slowly falls apart this way, imploding on itself, walls falling outwards to break into smaller pieces, revealing two figures held within. An old mossy construct, stalwart and unwavering, and a new chrome-covered crag, lifted about a foot off the ground, silver chrome streams of liquid feeding into his mirror-like surface and constantly shifting around his body. His body is convulsing underneath. Crag, you feel an end to the pain. The aching subsides, and two iris-like openings slide away to reveal your sight. You see static of an old-school camera getting turned on. You see a bunch of runic writing across your vision. Scan across, go away. Scan across, go away. You see a bunch of lines point to different things and then go away within your vision. Your friends stand in front of you, though seemingly being much shorter than you than before. Looking around, your entire body is coated in that mirrored liquid. The stone structure has completely crumbled away around you. There are 3 long chrome protrusions coming out from your waist. 2 in the front end, 1 in the back, holding you up off the ground like long spider's legs.
Okay.
A thought of standing on the ground has the legs lower you onto your own feet. The metallic legs begin to flow back into you, the material moving itself to various parts of your neutral form, where it rests, but still shimmering as if always wet and fluid.
Okay then.
At that point, I'm just going to say this is where I'm signing out, guys.
No problem. Thanks for joining us. Like, every square millimeter of crag is covered in this shimmering, basically mercury, that's always just shifting a little bit around him. Always liquid, always wet.
Super Saiyan Chrome. Hell yeah!
What do you do?
Oh man, I mean, I'm kind of in just shock. I have literally no clue what's going on. Constantly surprised, but like this, okay. I'm gonna ask Crag, are you okay? Like, what do you remember who you are? Who are you?
I am Craig.
His voice is an octave lower.
Great. I'm not doing that.
That's fine. I am Craig.
There you go.
Could not get that crystal for you. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. Just poof.
Yeah, there was
Again.
no getting a crystal. I have many questions, but we'll save that for later. Do you need to rest? Do you feel okay?
I'm gonna like jump from like foot to foot. Like I feel great. I don't know.
Do you jump up?
Sure.
You jump. There's 3 protrusions come out from your waist again as you come back down, catch you, and then gently lower you back to your feet.
Nice.
And then flow back into you again.
You're like
Hey,
Doc
yeah.
Ock, but like made out of metal.
Oh my god. Wait, how high did I jump though?
Like 4 foot vertical.
That's a lot.
I can
Holy
Good
jump.
amount.
Yeah, coming from your stone form and like not being able to do hops very well. Hell yeah, you got it.
Wait,
Oh.
am I silent as well now?
What do you mean?
Is it like
more
a feather
silent
fall
than
effect?
I was? No. Like in that other form, I was like super clunky and loud. Am I the same?
You feel the same.
Okay.
It makes like a sloshing sound as like it quickly comes out to form these things and then slosh back into you.
Sure.
Anything else?
Do we want to continue?
What time of day is it?
It's probably like late afternoon.
Might be a decent time to set up camp. You know, we've got this crumbled sort of area to set up a place in, and it's pretty open, so we could see stuff coming if anything. So yeah.
Yeah, you guys start setting up camp, getting all your bits together. And Crag, while you're setting up camp, putting posts into the ground, getting the tent ready, and you think of grabbing your hammer, and a hammer flow forms around your hand. And you're like, oh, drive the stake in with the
Okay.
hammer. When you're done thinking about the hammer, it flows back into you.
This is nice.
That's stupid fucking cool, and I'm stupid fucking jealous. Sorry.
Do I still have like all of my stuff on me, or is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you rummage through your stuff looking for it?
Well, I'm just gonna like check that everything is on me, like the 2 swords, the hammer, and
Yeah.
Demo.
Grab one of the swords. You see the liquid flow from your hand up off your arm, revealing parts of your feet as like the liquid moves from parts of your body onto the sword, and it covers the entire sword, then comes back and flows back into your body. You have a weird, perfect understanding of this sword's like geometry. Checking tear does the same thing.
I mean, there's like the crossbow that's in my arm, but that's all that like I use.
Okay.
Can I find a tree or something to like use one of the swords or something? See how like this liquid reacts with hitting stuff, I guess.
So you pull out a sword and you swing it at a tree?
Yep.
Yeah, you pull out a sword, you swing it at the tree, you cut into the tree with the sword, all the liquid seems to stay on you.
Okay.
Camp is set up. Thea, through the night you have another nightmare. You're getting scenes of your old plot of land, dreaming of what it would have looked like when everything was finished being built. Dark Leaper's there, all the old gang is still there, but you see this dark wave of clouds come from across the sky, completely blot out the sun. Everything gets dark. All the grasses and plants start withering and dying within seconds, and just like this icy chill goes through your body. Next scene, you see a throne made of bones, with some dark figure on it, kind of out of focus, definitely staring back at you somehow. And then you see a flash of red light come from around you into this dark figure. The dark figure kind of like evaporates in like a wispy black smoke, and you see a familiar looking panther that walks on its hind legs holding a scepter walk up to the throne and then sit on it, only seeing glowing red eyes as you fade to black. You wake up in a pool of sweat and you have totally charred the bedroll that you were inside of. The rest of you wake up to a really bad smell.
I'm gonna like look over at Thea. Well, actually, I don't smell it, so I'm fine.
You do smell it, though. You can smell
no!
Sucker.
This is like my first like smelling experience. Bitch, all hands are off. Okay. What is
You
that
wouldn't even know what it
smell? This
means.
is rancid. Is this what you guys go through every day? This is unbearable. Unbearable.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. You okay?
Because that bedroll underneath you that's still on fire up in the corner, just otherwise my little flamey sprite. So what's going on?
You know, I get a little warm when I sleep. So just,
I mean,
yeah.
I've noticed you moving around in your sleep more than once, so now a flaming bedroll and... Okay, I don't... Whatever, you don't want to tell me, that's cool. Are you okay, though? Like,
I mean,
physically,
doesn't
I
everyone
guess?
have three? Yeah, I'm fine. This is where the narrator comes and goes, but Fia was not fine.
Right. Fia, do you remember seeing a panther person who walked on his hind legs? That held
Is
the
it a
scepter?
puma or a panther?
It doesn't look like shit.
Puma or panther. Okay.
You've seen this before. Do you remember where? You peeked into a portal once.
I did. Oh, yes. Yes, I do remember where.
That
me-
that thing.
Got it.
All right, you guys are waking up, heading out. One of you roll me a d20. You guys start making your way. Come to a river. Comes out to another lake. At the corner of this river, you see a completely pink tree. Tree is not only pink on the outside, the leaves are also pink. And you see on some of the broken branches, the tree is even a pinkish on the inside. You hear a very soft but beautiful harmonic chord playing in the air if you get close to it.
Did the people back there say anything about a magical tree? Or are we just gonna fuck with this thing? Or
Yeah, I mean,
does anyone want to mess with a magical tree?
interesting music. Why not?
Sure, yep. I'll just
Go
sit back
for it.
and start taking note. I'll cast Detect Magic on it. Is it magical? Is it
is.
saying...
It is
Okay.
magical. The space around it is magical. And water,
Yeah.
once it gets close to it, becomes magical and continues flowing down the river towards the lake.
Weird.
Cool.
Okay.
It's like this tree was planted here.
I'll take a look at it. I just want to
What do you
Oh.
do to take a look at it? How do you check out a tree?
roll footage But No's just walking, like touching the trunk as he walks around it.
Right.
What do the
Hugs
leaves
it.
look
like,
Oh,
sorry.
you're good. I mean,
Um,
I just wanted to know what the leaves look like.
Elongated maple leaves,
That's a good
basically.
question.
You've got to speak
Interesting.
to it, like in Pocahontas. It could be the soul of your grandmother.
I mean, essentially, trying to like feel the magic and energy of it. I don't know how to. That's essentially what I'm trying to do. Might be useless.
Aggressive natural energy.
Can I use the
Yeah.
glasses to figure out the lore of it? Because if I look at it for a minute, I can do that.
Yeah. If you've read
I think
more
it's
about it before.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you're
probably
checking
not.
if you've
About it
seen if you've
first.
read anything about it before.
I see.
I'm gonna give the tree guidance.
It appreciates it.
Dang, I wish I could talk to plants.
It is interesting tree. Bye bye.
Can I go down to the lake?
It's about
See
half a mile
what's going
further
on
down
down
the
there?
river.
Okay. We'll wait a bit. If everybody else wants to go or
Sure,
not.
yeah.
Yep.
Just investigate. What's
Yeah.
going on with this here lake?
As
What's it
you
feeding these trees?
as you approach the lake, you see these two like stalks, kind of like bending up and down, just over like a little cliffside. Bends down, bends back up. Turn, bends down, bends back up. If you walk around a little bit to get a good angle at it, you see a very large crab.
Another one.
Big boy!
He's looking down into the water.
Crabs.
Everything evolves into a crab at some point.
Obviously.
Crab life.
Giant claw goes into the water, pulls out a big fish, hands it down to his little hands that then hold it, and he just like corn cob eats the fish while it's still kind of like flopping around.
Let's boots.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Gonna
See you
leave
later.
alone, my guy.
I want to talk to it, but I don't know what language it speaks. Damn.
Yeah, let's just go. I don't want to. I don't want it to see us. If it doesn't see us now, that was a super cool sight. But we also saw another giant crab, some evil water demon before. So,
I don't know, he seems so
Let's go.
friendly.
did he though? When his spikes were crunching through our bodies as we traveled closer to him,
No,
or
not
was it
that
the corn cob eating crab who straight up fished a giant fish out of the water in one swoop?
Yeah, same as anybody would.
You guys are moving along. You hanging out with the crab. You going back to the tree. What are you
Yeah.
up to? You come up a bit. You stumble across a tree
Crab.
with a door.
Okay.
The door seems
Oh,
partially
okay.
broken. Looking around the immediate area, you see little remnants of triggered and sprung traps lying about. A couple random bones lie here and there. And you have the door. It looks like one of the
This-
hinges is busted, closed, but also cocked down. So it's not like fully shut, but it's shut.
Does it seem like it's been this way for a while, or?
Give me an intelligence check.
Boy,
Or survival, whichever's better.
I'll take
Was
the 11.
this-
It's not brand new. This has definitely been like this for
Okay.
at least a week.
The door, was that like natural, or was it like something happened to it?
So just imagine
And then the
a
bones.
really big tree, and then there's just a normal human door in the trunk, right at the foot of the tree.
It's talking
Well-
the fact that it's like off its hinges a bit.
Just like the top one's broken, so it's like just a little off.
I'm gonna go knock on the door.
Can also, by the way, guys, we still have the cool little magical items. We could send that 9 lives cat to go investigate and see if there's anything in there before we venture in.
Right.
That's
Those.
true.
Yeah,
Let's do it. Why not?
like, you know, we have these silly little items, and it's got 9 uses.
Alright.
Let's not spring any more traps.
Good.
Well, no, it was a tiny little bronze cat statue that had 9 uses. That's like all I have.
Yeah, you say the command word, it goes from bronze into a normal cat, and you give it a command, and it follows it as best it can.
Look around inside.
It's gonna go up to the door and kind of claw at the door. It can't open the door.
Oh, okay.
It's
And,
just
and
a cat.
I thought it was broken more, but okay.
No, like it's shut, but it's like not fully, like it's not locked. It's not sealed.
I'll like kind of crack it enough for it to go in.
Scoots in around the side. Tail follows. You wait a bit. You hear it like quickly run up steps like cats do. Wait a bit. Quickly runs down steps. Comes back out. Looks at you.
Well, I mean, that cat probably like looked around everywhere, and I mean, if it didn't trigger anything, it's either super nimble and didn't trigger anything, or Did we hear any other movement? Was it just that?
Give me a listen.
While the cat is inside, what kind of traps? Like you said, there's like broken traps outside. What kind of traps are they? Like projectiles or like explosives?
Vietnam War traps, where it's like sharpened sticks and hidden pits.
Oh.
Protective, defensive traps.
22.
Yeah, you just heard the cat. You might have heard like a hinge squeak a little bit. The cat probably like nuzzled in through another door.
Right, yeah. Or at least that's what I would perceive.
Right.
So, you want to poke around real quick?
Well, like
Okay.
you would
I'll
all have to
probably
like
stay
go in one at a time and then see how big this thing is, but it's inside of the tree.
A couple of us go in.
You open the door, you see a ladder going up.
I'll go first.
Send the smaller people or lighter people.
Okay.
I'm heavy, so if I break it, I don't want to be responsible. I'll be last.
I'm staying outside, man.
Inside, you see a bed broken out. The frame's snapped and has been broken. Bushel of hay has kind of been tossed about that like served as the mattress to the bed. There's a lot of broken wood. It's very dusty in here. You see half of like a desk is still kind of intact, and you see a book that's opened up. Some loose pages are kind of torn and scattered about into the corners of the room. There's some broken glass. There's enough room to probably fit like 4 or 5 of you, shoulder to shoulder.
What's on the torn up pages?
Most of them are empty. One of them has something beginning to be written, and then it's scribbled out, and then something else being written instead of the first thing. These will be my memoirs of scratch. Conquering Ketria.
Interesting. Alright.
Dang it, it's not Keebler elves.
Do you look at the book?
Yeah, sure.
Inside, starting from the front, it seems to be a journal of a hunter looking for a trophy-worthy fighting beast. Something small enough to fit in. It's kind of smudged or torn up. Comes to a quote. I saw this long fucker. Lot of legs. Smudge, teeth. Must have slithered out of Indatha. This thing saw its prey and smudge. After that, blood splatter. It reappeared, smudge. Tore into its dinner. This is the one, smudge. I'm going to be rich if I can get this thing back. Can you two give me a listen check?
23.
You hear a faint hissing coming from above you.
I swear to God, if it's a snake. I'm just saying, with these experiences, we're just...
Theo, what do you mean you hope it's not a snake?
Fia is going to tentatively look up.
The ceiling of this room goes very up high through the center of this tree. You don't see too much. You still hear the hissing. Just as like light catches a little bit of like something damp or wet or covered in liquid, a very big toothy smile starts to open up, and it just reveals row and row of teeth. You see 6 yellow-orange eyes open up above extremely toothy smile, and the hissing starts to get louder.
Might I dimension door us out of the building, please? If I may.
You can just grab her and do
You could
it.
just burn the whole tree
Yeah,
down.
that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Okay, big snake. We gotta go.
You guys dimension door out of there. It leaps down towards you, whoop, out of the way in time as this thing crashes through the floor. Really big something, very long. Tao, Crag, and everyone else outside, you hear a loud crashing, and then you see Botanos and Fia whoop, appear just outside of the tree.
Big snake, let's go.
I think that this is something we should kill. Just get rid of. I think the hunter died.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah. We're in it now.
You hear a large crashing coming within the tree,
Alright, spread out.
and a heavy thud.
Fia, light the tree.
Literally, Fia, this is your time to
Yep.
shine. This
Go
is the
for
one
it.
thing we're gonna let you burn.
Fia is going to send a fireball just erupting into the tree.
Roll your damage.
27. The
Uh,
DC is 17.
Splinter out the side of the trunk and just cook everything inside of it, revealing, I don't even know how to describe it, an elongated hedgehog crossed with a lizard, but it has like its eyes and then another set of eyes behind that and then another set of eyes behind that, all looking forward. And then as it opens, it's like long snout maw, 3 sets of jaws within each other, and then a really long like whip-like tongue coming out of its mouth. And then the quill, it goes from like quills on the head down to like spiky scales towards the tail. And then it just like keeps going down along the tail. And it's got 4 legs on either side. And it's a very loud hissing. Everyone roll me fortitude save.
Did we get any time to spread out?
Yeah, we'll say you all spread out to avoid the fire. But you're all looking at this thing.
I got a 23.
Awesome.
23.
I got a
26.
9.
Fia, you feel all of your muscles lock up, filled with terror as you can't move.
First you're tranquilized, and now
Fortitude.
you're like,
Fortitude is not the sorcerer's strong point.
I get a +4.
Yikes.
yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah,
got a
that's-
plus
that's
12.
Yeah, plus 11 here.
Tao, it's
Okay.
gonna come after you. It's gonna go to bite you.
Gotcha.
22.
Yep.
22 points of damage as the teeth clamp around you and start crushing a bit. You guys just see
And
this
Fia can't move.
super long
It's okay, guys.
spiky boy just slither its way out, kind of sprinting along all 8 of its legs. And this is basically what you see,
Sick.
but with more eyes and more teeth.
We left the crab alone, but we went.
That's what I'm saying. I wanted to see the crab. Y'all didn't want to see the crab.
We didn't fuck with
The
the
crab
crab.
was gonna give us a nice fish.
This thing was literally in a place we were fucking with. We have to do
You
that.
were gonna just go fishing with the crab. It was gonna be a great time. Alright. Shield of Faith, Mass. Everybody gets +3 to their AC.
Choice.
Thank God.
Damn, dude.
And then
This
I'm
guy's
also
gonna
gonna
be
do
hideous.
Iron Construct.
Can I
Awesome.
actually do something in this state, or am I just comatose again?
Yes. You can roll another time. Try and get out of it.
Dang hell. Got a 6
Total?
total.
Oh no.
No, you are frozen. Your eyes can move and you can see what's happening, but you feel a cold feeling starting in your toes, creeping up your feet.
Seeing Fia not move at all,
Not
can I
even react.
Can I get in between Fia and the creature?
Absolutely. Tao, what are you up to?
I'm going to go ahead and cast. Yeah, I can't actually attack, but I can at least cast a spell on it.
Let me double check how to get past spell resistance.
The caster has to roll.
Caster check.
So yeah, 21 check.
It resists.
What? It was actually 23. I don't know if that matters at
Okay,
all, but
no,
it,
that does get through.
it does 8 points of strength damage.
Jesus. Wait,
So, for 8,
how much did you roll on the spell resistance check?
He rolled a 23.
22?
my spell,
23.
yeah,
Okay.
my spell check is a 23 for that.
Interesting.
Can I be on like the other side? If Jugas is on left or something, I'm on the right, so that we're like,
Flanking? Sure.
yeah.
Totally. Alright. It is going to get closer onto Tao. It's going to attempt to grapple. So I need a counter grapple from Tao. 31.
30 something. Yeah.
You just beat it and it rolled a natural 1.
That's
As
super
a,
messed up.
as a heads up.
Okay, so don't get caught
So-
in its maw.
Yeah, so it tries to bite you, and you just grab both sides of its jaw. You cast your touch spell into its jaw, and you are currently just like wrestling with this thing, holding its mouth open in front of you.
How tall is he?
5 feet at the shoulder, but it's, like
Okay.
14 feet long from head to tail tip. It's
I'm
large
gonna go
sized.
like right where his neck is.
Okay, sure, go for it.
Oh, and can I also like set down BMO and activate him?
You can set down BMO and move, you can set down BMO and slash, or you can move and slash.
Okay, I'll move and slash. I
Okay.
guess. Why? This is not good. 11.
Total?
Yep.
Does not hit.
Would I be able to get out of this from this state?
Yeah, you're not grappled, so you can.
Okay,
you can
then
just
I will
attack.
cast Swift Fly on myself, bounce out back to the rest of the group, then I will use my quick cast for the day and cast a fireball at it.
If you
Fireball.
cast a fireball, you're going to hit Crag.
Fine, just do it. Just do it.
Oh, you
Yep.
have resistances, right?
Yep.
Okay, to fire damage too, right?
Yeah.
Do
Oh
you?
yeah. Okay.
To fire?
Yeah.
Fire and acid.
Yeah,
Takes
yeah,
half
yeah.
damage from acid and fire.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
So good.
So that's 19 damage total.
You watch it as fireball erupts around it, and it just kind of sloughs off the sides of this thing, and it's pissed off and still looking at you as you fly up there.
Well, Sorry, I tried.
I'm gonna set down Demo.
Okay.
A roll.
And can he attack in the same turn?
Yeah, you can send him down and attack.
Okay. That's a 23 to hit.
You hit.
16 damage.
7.
Oof.
Oh, your fortitude starts creeping up to your knees.
Oh man.
I will pull out the little flute and cast Sound Lance on it.
Can you roll me a spellcaster check?
25.
Yeah, you beat it.
So it has to make a fortitude save.
32.
Okay, it's 21 damage. That's already halved.
You put a dent into its rib cage real quick. Alright, Shville's gonna go beast mode, and he's gonna run towards this thing and go for bite, claw. 2 hits, and its panther is also gonna pick up on what he's putting down. Panther's gonna come in, hit it with 2 scythes. It's a crit on one of them. Removes one of its legs. Cuts off one of its legs.
7 to go.
You hear the hiss go to this ear-piercing screech as it whips back around to look at the Scythe Panther. The Scythe Panther does not freeze from the gaze. It is going to attack the Scythe Panther though. It is going to hit and bite into it. Your guy's turn. Fia, roll me a fort.
Come on. Is it a 1?
Sounds like a nope.
Oh no.
I think I know what your next feat is.
7.
Yep, it's creeping up your thighs now.
Great.
You start to feel
Jesus.
a cold in your fingertips.
Do I see anything happening to Fia?
Yeah, give me a spot.
13.
Seems to be losing color in some of her lower appendages.
Well, the Bemo's gonna go again.
Blast him.
21.
That hits. You only have to hit a 17.
Another 16 from the Bemo. Dang. This little
hit.
crab man is great. Can I attack it? Or is that
Yeah. You just both act on the same turn.
So I'm gonna attack with the sword again.
Oh,
So
you're up.
17?
Yeah, it hits.
18
Damage?
damage.
And what
Yeah.
kind of damage does Bebo do?
That's a good question.
I am going to try to cast Dispel Magic on Fia, specifically the petrification effect that is going on.
Okay.
I don't know if it's going to do anything, but I'm trying it.
Bia, you feel that cold sensation quickly leave. Your hair begins to move up. Your eyes fill with fire. You are real mad.
Yeah, just a little.
Flying around, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Seeking Ray. So it's an auto hit unless it's behind full cover, and it does 10 damage. And it
It
can take more damage from Ray.
reflects off of its skin.
What?
Goes
It
off into the
auto-hit.
distance. I know. You hit it, and then it bounced off.
All right,
That's some
well,
DR shit.
It's electrical damage.
Oh.
You do the math on that.
Okay, how close is anyone close to
To
the
it,
thing?
yes.
Just
Craig.
go for it. Just do it.
Craig, how good is your grapple?
Not good.
You
Nope.
you could assume this thing's grapple is pretty good. Not quite the time for the tentacles.
Dang it. Okay, I guess we'll go for another fireball because that's just a knee-jerk reaction.
Sure. Reroll any 1s and 2s on the damage.
35.
This thing is going to get enveloped in a ball of fire.
Okay.
Craig, you take half of 35. Unless you roll a reflex to beat it, then you take a quarter. Yeah, you roll a reflex,
Oh, okay.
and then you would take half. And then your iron body would
Wait,
take
yeah,
half
no.
of that.
7?
No. This thing is going to vanish.
I don't have it.
You
Damn it.
cannot see it
Okay.
anymore. You guys are up.
Of course I don't have that spell ready. I'm gonna run up to Crag, I think is taking the most damage, and heal you 24.
No.
It's probably invisible.
Winked
Great.
out.
Thea's gonna cast mage armor on herself.
Tao's gonna fly up in the air and ready his scythe, and he's gonna spend a shadow point to give himself the shadow sharp. So he's gonna double his threat range, and he's going to hold on to a spell and ready an action. So if this thing moves, he's gonna launch an attack. Outside of that, I really can't do a whole lot,
Alright.
especially not if I can't see it. So,
Right.
Fair.
but I am ready to go as soon as this thing moves or attacks or whatever. So,
Yep.
waiting to swoop down.
Yep,
You
just
guys-
waiting.
You guys wait a turn.
Yep.
You wait another
Wait.
turn.
No. If it another turn?
Yes.
As soon as it's the next turn, I cast Blind Sight on myself.
What is it, 30 feet?
30 feet,
You
yeah.
don't sense anything within 30 feet of you. And it hasn't come back. Seems
It
to
just-
have fled. You did 130 damage in that short amount of time with DRs and spell resistance, so It decided not to take this fight anymore and ran away.
It was taking a lot, honestly.
It was
taking so much.
That was a beefy.
Take off the
that was a beefy
resistances and
boy.
the insane saves. Like,
Yeah, I didn't.
we
water
could have
it.
done easy.
I thought about watering it down, but you guys can hold your own.
Oh, that was good.
Rest of the day of travel, I assume we're just gonna go forward, and I'd like to get to a certain stopping point. Tau, if you want to fly up and look and scout ahead with the rest of that fly you had, looks like there's a large body of water up to the north, and then to the west is where you were kind of told to go, and that's the latitude as well that you're following.
Yeah, that's kind of where the city was going. So yeah, we can proceed north right now. We got a couple days left, but like as soon as it hits that like 3-day mark, I want to just start boosting.
You guys will come up to this like really large bay. You guys make camp. One of you, not Phothenos, roll me a 20.
16.
Roll again.
13?
As you guys kind of head back away from the shore of the water, you head back inland a little bit, and you all notice a grove where there is a large, odd-looking black tree. The tree just looks out of place compared to the rest of the like foliage that you've seen traversing across Ketria.
Another weird tree?
I mean, you're in a giant jungle forest continent.
I mean, if it doesn't look like any of these trees, it must be a really weird tree.
Yeah.
Does it smell fishy?
It seems to vaguely have a base towards its top, and the branches seem to resemble horns. Where the tree's chest, like if it was a person, would be, there is a pristine katana stabbed into it.
Do we want to check
Someone's
it out?
gonna go try and touch it.
I'm not interested, but
I
go for
would
it.
like to maybe try to take it out.
Craig, you have like 5 weapons, and you just got
Yeah.
Super Saiyan. Shut up.
The 2 swords and the crossbow and the
Like,
hammer aren't enough.
shut up already.
Yeah,
You've
you,
got the
uh,
Destiny sword.
I'm not
Like-
saying I want.
The flow metal comes off of your arm and starts to go around it, but it doesn't go all the way up to the tree, and then it comes back and retracts back to you. Give me a strength check if you want to try and pull it out.
All the while, I'm explaining that I don't necessarily want the sword. I just want to take the sword out of the tree because it
That's
might be
the-
hurting the tree.
Draw it down on a piece of paper, look at it, cast magic, detect magic. Okay, cool, it's magic. Let's go. Let's be on our way.
It's a 19.
Yeah, it starts to slide out a little bit. You're making some progress, but you really don't get it more than like half an inch. You can keep going.
I mean,
You know what? Fuck it. You're already this way. I'm gonna cast animal power on you, so you get a plus to your strength and
Alright.
con and all that good shit. If you're gonna do it, just do it.
You pull out the sword, but it takes a while. As it comes towards the end of pulling it out, you watch all the black color from the tree begin to pour into the blade. And then right as you pull it out, all of the black color fills the blade, and the blade is just a light sucking black color. It is the opposite of glowing. It is
And I'm all
the
about it,
blackest black you can imagine.
Does anyone want the sword? I mean, it's pretty scary.
I'll hold on to it. I can't
Oh,
really
fuck.
use it right now, but I'll hold on to it.
Be careful. You saw what it. Tree?
You guys make camp for the night. Wake up the next morning.
Can
Are
I
you-
cast text magic on the sword?
Oh, it's magic.
Is it that type
bleeding
of magic?
What kind?
The like a bit of everything?
No.
All I needed to know. Thank
Okay.
God.
Yeah. How do you guys want to travel further? You can either go into the mountains and try and cross through the mountains, or go on the lake and travel across the water.
Mountain's probably easier.
Because not everyone has like a way to get across water, right?
And
Yeah,
if it's that
correct.
much water, like we've seen the comparison to like the river, it's probably not passable by our flight or anything right now. So
You guys get across. You spend all day getting up and down and up and down through the mountains. You get to a large river gorge with just a big log laying across it. Seems to be the only way to get across it. Alfred is not a fan. Miku seems to have a fun time going back and forth across this thing. Next morning, outside of your tent are 2 griffins, standing there looking kind of regal and staring at you, waiting for you.
Howdy.
Like the ones that attacked us back in the plains, Griffin?
I don't think those
Not
were
quite.
those griffins.
Those
Yeah.
were
Like
those were
that.
sky lions.
Ah,
Yeah.
never mind.
They take
Okay.
off.
Hello. Okay.
Like didn't say anything, just
watched you come out, took off. They're heading northwest.
What do we think? We want to chase them? Just to see where they're going?
I don't know, we're burning days here. I don't know if there's like a direct reason we need to go anywhere, but like I need to get back on my path and just sort of follow that at this point. If you guys need to go north, that's cool.
You guys follow up the river, and then you get to this like really weird looking thing. By really weird, it's just impressive. But you basically see the largest crystal form you've ever seen wedged in the tops of some mountains. That is what it looks like.
That
Just
is
a
super cool, and I definitely
Titanic
want to come back.
sucker
Way cooler
rocks.
than anything I had imagined in my head, so hell yeah.
That's really awesome.
Another day's travel, and you aspire in the distance, and you cross over the crest, and this is the city you see inside of a bay. Looks like you've got a bit of traveling to do. Get to the edge of it, your face runs in like you ran straight into a wall or into a door. There's nothing there. Kind of look around. Some of you like find it, feel it. Cheville just walks right through. Comes
Great.
back, tries to touch you, touches you. You can't feel the wall anymore. You all walk in with Cheville, come around to this town. There is no gate. It's a bunch of humans. You see all kinds of beasts from big to small, amphibious, water-based, avian. Alfred leads you to a observatory that you might be able to see right here on this little branch. On the observatory door, there's a note written in Illumian.
Praise the sun. Yes, excellent. What does it say? Can I read it?
Yep, I was called back by the black table. The circle will be active there's a little star chart. You can assume it's in 2 days. Speak the words and the door will open. As
Settling
you
into the city.
say some of this out loud in Illumian, the door opens a little bit.
Oh,
Fast forward 2 days.
I look at everyone and go, okay, here we go.
Sure.
Sure. I mean,
Alright.
yeah, if there's nothing else.
There is a circle of black candles on the floor, on the basement floor, one floor down from the main floor. This looks like the spot. Alfred's like, all right, yep, let's get ready. Let's get in here. Does the rest of the party sit with Tao?
Sure.
Sure.
You guys try and fit the saber tiger here as well. World starts to swirl a bit. Tao, you're very comfortable seeing black wisps of light moving around. This definitely feels like shadow magic to you. Start feeling the feeling you get when you go over the first drop of a roller coaster. Free fall feeling. Come land back down, and you hear utter fucking mayhem. Metal clashing, you hear explosions, you hear people screaming, you hear people dying. Stone is crushing. Tao, you panic and you run over to the closest window, and you see massive temples that you grew up in begin to crumble and fall apart as they're being blown up from the inside. You see things flying around on dragons without feet or arms, shooting bolts of black energy out towards the ground where there's other people holding up force shields and whatnot. You hear utter fucking chaos, tons of screaming in different languages, and you can make out Drow and Illumian. We'll pick up there next week.
The utter massacre of my people, yes. Oh, so delightful. Wonderful. I was ready to give this proper report and all that. It was like
Fia, thank you for being a good sport, for having been paralyzed through a lot of that. I'm sorry.
Well, I kept rolling between 1 and 5.
That
and
also happens.
Plus 4.
Good
Yeah.
game. All right, see you guys next week.